Hey guys, welcome to another custom race. We got the Pontiac Firebird ready for a 10-lap race around Trial Mountain. We need a little bit more money to modify the Mazda Demio. Well, actually, we also need to get the body rigidity as well as part of the engine restored. And all of that together is about a combination of $17,000. Now I already can see if we get first place, we already have about $25,000, but I want to play around with this a little bit. Actually, let's put this at 2. And then we'll put that at 11. Leave that alone for now. Random, professional, 29,000, not much of a difference there, but we put everything off and we should be good. Double check here. Everything looks fine. I also realized Subaru has its 70th anniversary, because according to this game, Subaru was first created in July 1953. And I figured since we already celebrated the Corvette's 70th anniversary, since the very first car was created by Chevrolet in 1953, why not celebrate Subaru's 70th anniversary? We'll get a bunch of different cars from that company running around the track after we get the Demio going. I see a Mach 1, an E-Type, a Skyline, a truck. I believe that's another Firebird. Ooh, a Plymouth XNRG, a 1960 concept. I want to get that car, but I think it's $2 million. All I can say is that all the cars in Gran Turismo Sport were much easier to get, especially if you got it for free after passing the driving marathon. A Prius? Whose idea was that to have that go up against a race with a bunch of different muscle cars? We have under 500 horsepower, so let's see if those cars are able to catch up. Maybe all the parts are stock. Whoa. We'll definitely catch up if that happens. The engine sounds great. I remember when I first used this car in Route X Lab Attack, I mentioned how I wish that I could have been able to get all the upgrades to have it with at least more than 600 horsepower, but this is still a pretty good car to drive. Top speed, I think, is about 186. I think that's how fast we went. Oh, I am so sorry. But I think that's how fast we went when we were on Route X. I haven't seen that video since I finished recording it in January, so we'll have to wait and see. I was just actually on this track yesterday. The day before recording, my 7-year-old cousin was visiting, and she was driving around this track in a Nissan R32. We did a 3-lap race, but unfortunately because Woola, the 7-year-old, doesn't really know how to control a car in a realistic video game, I ended up beating her, but we still had fun. You know, I kept saying to her, hey, listen, you'll get it eventually. I mean, you know where to slow down now. And she really was starting to get the hang of it, too. I'm sure with more practice, if we do a couple more games together, she'll eventually learn how to drive, and she'll get better at it. When I was racing her, I was actually driving the Ford Roadster, which for some reason was built in the 30s, but they say it was actually built in 1963. Interesting thing, though, it also reminds me of the hot rod you see at the beginning of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. A lot of people despise that movie, so if I triggered some unpleasant memories, I apologize. But I'm sure there's going to be some unpleasant people with Dial of Destiny. I've seen a few angry complaints on the internet already, but I saw the movie myself on July 1st, about 2 weeks ago. Now, I will say, there are some parts that could have been improved, especially the title itself. But, I mean, even with a different title, it's not really going to improve the movie. But I will say, much of what I saw was actually quite good. Some of the complaints I read about were because of Phoebe Waller-Bridge, you know, making her character a feminist and taking over Indy's role as the main character. Which I have noticed in a couple of scenes. You know, she's like, "Oh, I'm your goddaughter. I can do whatever I want." And she even frames Indy for murder. Well, she didn't really, but some people just made the incorrect accusation. But then there was also a article I read where Harrison Ford said that he wanted Dial of Destiny to be like that, so I guess mission accomplished. That wasn't too bad. If I took traction control off, I wonder how that would go. I see that we've got enough fuel to finish the race without any pit stops, so we should be all right. We got a 46-second lead. Maybe I should have gotten more cars from my garage, just like last time. You know what else I should do? I mean, since I'm doing a bunch of these different drifts here and there, drift trials. I'll put this car on a different track and see what I do on there. I saw some blue flames. Backfire. Ooh. That definitely backfired. But I also had a pretty easy race yesterday before my cousin joined me. I was actually driving my 69 Mustang Mach 1. I forgot what track I was at. It was somewhere in Japan. I think it was Autopolis. I was going against two Belgians in these Honda S2000s. And one guy in a Dodge Viper. He had the lead. I mean, he was going faster than me, but for some reason he quit. Must have lost his internet connection. So it just goes to show you, not only do you need a good car, but you also need a good internet connection. Once he left, I had the lead. The two S2000s, I assume the drivers had no clue what they were doing, because I had a massive lead on those guys, and they kept spinning out and going too slow on curves. And after I beat them, one of the guys switched to a BMW, and he decided to try and spin me out. I mean, it looked like he was close to beating me, too, if he did it fair and square. But, no, he decided to try and spin me out. And then I hit him, and the guy never recovered. It was a good way to get more money there, too. In fact, winning those two races online got me much of the money I used to modify the Mazda. We've got another easy victory here. Hopefully, we'll be able to get enough money to modify the engine and fix the body rigidity. Almost out of nitrous. Not like we really need it. a 72-second lead. That went pretty well, much better than last time. I had a little bit of a lag there though, so that was a bit of a problem as well. This song, I don't know why, reminds me of one of the off-road races I did. Well, the only off-road race I did with my F-150 at Fisherman's Ranch. I also remember looking in YouTube Studio. That race was actually partially blocked because of one of the songs that was playing in the background. I don't know if it was this song or something different, but thankfully, the only country where that race is blocked is Russia. I don't know why, but for some reason they just don't want Russia watching it. Crap. Halfway there, you think I'd get used to this by now. I'd probably go backwards the rest of the race and still win. We'll save the rest of the nitrous for later. I feel like every time I get out of that tunnel, it always seems to be better and better and better. That was pretty good too. I didn't lose control there, because it helps when you don't hit the gas like that. But hey, after you're watching Smokey and the Bandit, you see Burt Reynolds having fun with his car, you'd probably want to do the same thing yourself, especially on one of those off-road tracks. Now I'm tempted to try that myself. Maybe I can in Gran Turismo Sport, since I have the actual Smokey and the Bandit livery on there. But because of how the used car section works and how it doesn't allow you to change the paint on your car until after you buy it, it's kind of hard to get the Smokey and the Bandit livery. In fact, the last Firebird I saw for sale in there was actually just single red. Same shade of red that I'm using for like the middle stripe here. That gets thinner when you get to the front compared to what it is at the back, like right now. But I don't know. I mean, I could get the Smokey and the Bandit livery in the style section if I really wanted to. Somebody else made it. However, I wanted to try and do something different. I mean, I've already had that livery in Gran Turismo Sport, as I mentioned, and Gran Turismo 6. So, figured we'd just try something original. Many of the cars I have, I like trying to do railroad-inspired liveries, and this is based off of the Gulfmobile in Ohio. Probably could have gone a little faster. I didn't want to risk hitting these two cars. These two are teaming up on me. They want me to slow down so the others can catch up. Crap, I couldn't see where I was going for a sec. I still can't see. Dang. Good thing I was able to brake in time. I didn't hit that Nissan. Or back then it would have been Datsun. They didn't change their name to Nissan until 1986. I wish this track, however, didn't have that barricade there. Because I loved going past the corners and getting on that hill. Of course, when you're going the other way. Sometimes I'd get the car to lean on two wheels. Alright, let's make things interesting. This is getting too easy, despite all these screw-ups I keep having. By the time we get back to the finish line, we're going to pit, get fresher tires, without refueling. Then we'll see if any of the cars behind me are able to catch up. We're close to a 2-minute lead, so I doubt it'll happen, but still, like I said, I want to try and make things a little exciting. That reminds me of another Smokey and the Bandit movie, the third one, which unfortunately did have Burt Reynolds, but only in a cameo. I guess that's why a lot of people don't like that movie compared to like the first and second one. The Firebird in that one looked pretty cool though, but there was one scene where the truck driver, Snowball, who was pretending to be Bandit, decided to let the Smokey win for a change. Buford T. Justice. He allowed him to win the challenge instead. This is kind of this moment I'm doing right now. I should probably be on this side. Let's keep it at medium. Don't refuel, we're good. Still got a massive lead, 1 minute 51 seconds. It's amusing to me though that everyone's just waiting. They're like, okay, any day now the car will arrive. Any day now. Pit time for some reason says 36 seconds, 38, 39. Why is it taking this long? Where is my car? Oh God. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Ah, thank God. Well, I did say I wanted to make things exciting, and I think I probably let two cars pass me. I know it says that I still got a 1 minute 58 second lead, but look at the pit time. Two minutes? How am I still ahead? Oh, and it's cool that we got to skip that curve there and go straight over here. But still, how the fuck am I 2 minutes ahead of everyone else? That shouldn't be possible. I could be wrong, but I feel like I saw this Volkswagen, or Alfa Romeo, I'm sorry. I could be wrong, but I feel like I saw this Alfa Romeo hit the wall. The echo sounded great too. Switch this right a little bit. Stop! Oh, now we have an appropriate lead now. It went down to 1 minute. Maybe if I kept doing that instead of drifting, my tires would have been in better shape before I pitted. But on the other hand, it probably wouldn't have, I don't know, with all these curves. Past the skyline once again. Share the sound of my wonderful horn with the audience here. There's an exciting ending to the song. Hit the e-brakes too long there. Texaco. Ah, to get a black Ford then and put that logo on. When it comes to Robert Yates Racing, though, my favorite Ford they had was the number 38 M&M's car driven by Elliott Sadler. I think even before Elliott joined Robert Yates, though, one other driver had it on a Pontiac. Of course, instead of Firebirds, back then, NASCAR drivers with Pontiacs had, I think it was the Gran Prix. If that was a car you could drive in this game, that would be pretty cool too. Grand Prix actually aren't that bad. And just when you think things are going well, you screw up and hit the wall. You know, if I didn't pit, I probably would have beaten the fastest lap time I said earlier with lap 2. Lap 8 was 151, but because I was pitting, for some reason, that doesn't count. I probably wouldn't be able to set it anyway because like I said, I passed through this section without actually going around the curves. Grass there for a little bit to overtake the Honda, but everything is okay now. And imagine drifting around here. I mean, I kind of did, but imagine like actually drifting with no traction control. The engine sounds awesome. I feel like I said that already, but like the echo through the tunnel, I'm going way too fast. Dang it. Oh my god. Oh, imagine if that's how I finished the race, like being pushed backwards by a Plymouth. I'll probably have an easier time getting the Superbird instead of that, but I like that better. Last time I had in Gran Turismo Sport, I painted it gold. It was awesome. If I can do that again, I'll be very happy. A few hits here and there, but we still got first place. Alright, that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.